Welcome to the Efteling. We are now in the Efteling, or about to enter the Efteling, and today I am joined by quite a few people, including Lou.
Hi.
Zoe.
Hey.
This is my third visit. This is Lou's potential third visit.
Third visit, I think.
This is one of many for Zoe.
Like fifth this year, something like that.
This is honestly one of the nicest entrances I've seen. Then, you know, it's just beautiful, stunning building. They built it in the mid-90s.
It's an ATM.
Absolutely gorgeous. It's like, that's actually fake snow, but it's also very frosty here today as well. Honestly, facade, it's like, this is how you do a facade. It's like, no warehouse in sight. So many parts could learn from this, because basic warehouses are unacceptable.
Stand on the chairs and do not bang the doors. Nicht auf die Stühle steigen. Ne montez pas sur les balkon in symbolica. Het is van het allergrootste belang dat u... Trage treden, open u! Oh, wat mooi! What's happening?
Yeah.
What's happening with the sky?
So just done Symbolica on the treasure tour. Absolutely amazing attraction, and just as good as I did it last time. A few little changes, but really neat. There's just so much going on in there. It's like it's everything a modern dark ride should be. It's my favourite dark ride, I think. Out there, I've come to the conclusion. It's just superb. Lou, thoughts on Symbolica?
Oh, it was seamless. Such a beautiful ride, stunning, and
He is there.
I don't know whether it's not in my top 3 like dark rides, but it's really good. And Rebellion.
Wow. I don't know about it's awesome. I love that size. Yeah. Swing around with the kids with it.
I'm getting on. Okay, so this is like some Christmassy Wonderland type place. Oh wow, this is pretty.
I love going through the swings. So fun. I love it.
Whoa. This is beautiful. Sure. Carnival Festival.
That's amazing. Yeah, it is, sadly.
Okay, so I've done the third ride today at the park, Monsieur Cannibal. I will say I enjoyed it more than the last time I did it. It's a bit stiff to spin, but the theming is interesting and the soundtrack is good.
I like the soundtrack.
And we also did Carnival Festival as well.
Yeah, that was fun. It actually reminded me of Bubbleworks a little bit, that's closed down now.
Gruffalo.
A bit like Gruffalo. But it's not my favourite dark ride here. It's probably the least. It was alright.
I'd go along with that as well. It is my least favourite dark ride here, but that doesn't mean I don't like it. It just means that the other dark rides here they have are fantastic quality. It's like you got Symbolica, Dreamflight, and Fata Morgana, 3 top quality dark rides which I just adore. J'adore. So far the park's been quiet, but there's been quite a few things shut today. I think it's 'cause it's really cold today as well, so fingers crossed we'll get more done in the next coming days. Here it goes. Bowen should be open now, so we're going to go and give Bowen a go. So hopefully we'll finally get on the coaster today. So just done Bowen 1898, which has just reopened after being closed due to the cold weather, which was great. Lovely theme detail there as well. Yeah, I enjoyed it more this time, I think, and the quality and attention to detail in there, like most of Efteling's rides, is just sublime. Like, neat little pre-show with some interesting effects. You've got a Coronatronic in the second pre-show, and then you have the main station as well, which is actually themed, even from the dispatch button as well, and projections and effects. I mean, yeah, sure, the second half of the coaster could do a bit more theming, but it is just excellent theming. Like, over here, it's all very authentic and very impressive.
Oh, I really enjoyed it. For some reason, I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed it last time. It's growing on me the more times I go on it.
So this is my pancake. It's got like ham, smashed and cheese in it, so I can't wait to have this. And there's Lou's one now. It's a chicken paprika one, isn't it? Yeah. Looks very interesting, really nice.
Oh my god.
This is Bob, making the most of this attraction because very soon it will no longer exist. Due to the age of the attraction and the difficulty of getting parts, it is going to be closing down and replaced with a new attraction.
It's amazed by how something the console is.
we get a nice view at the top.
They're building a tower thing, a tower where it's on to.
Yeah, nice thing
We compromised spot for Nora, but we've got
Dreamfoot.
real water.
So I have just done a dream flight, built in 1993, so the year I was born.
Wow.
Very charming ride. I think it's one of the most charming dark rides definitely out there.
Yes.
It's got some loads of animatronics, good quality animatronics, amazing soundtrack. I think for me my favourite scene is definitely with the floating castles. There's just something I like about that scene. But as a whole it's a really charming attraction. It doesn't have a storyline so much, but it's just lovely.
It was so beautiful, pretty, and it makes you come off with a big smile on your face because it's so charming.
What do you guys think? Enjoy?
It's so
Nergens in uw eigen huis, nog waar ook ter wereld.
Wil je erin? Weet je dat zeker?
So we're now queuing for Villa Volta, and one thing I didn't realise is that they're actually doing like a projection show of the Villa Volta story on the Villa Volta ride building, and that was absolutely impressive and interesting to watch. A few minutes, it basically summarises the whole Villa Volta story. Basically about like a gang who steal stuff, and then this gang leader robs from this woman, and she curses him that his house will live in misery until a good man or something comes to them. And it's very nice to see that on this version of a madhouse, all the rules of it are concealed. So just done Villa Volta. Interestingly, because the projection shows on that way, we actually had to exit a different way. What we presume is probably normally the staff entrance exit. So quite cool that we've done it on this version. And fun, yeah, it's my second favourite madhouse after Hex. But I think it's the other way around for you.
Yeah, I still prefer that. It's the first ever madhouse that I did, and it's so grand inside, and you just have no idea what's going on, but it's such a nice atmosphere and love it.
Right, so we have watched Aquanura. I think it was the first version of the show this time. I haven't actually seen the first version of the show, but so first movement. But that was really enjoyable. Whilst I prefer the second one, the finale was amazing, and I really enjoyed it.
It was really nice. Just beautiful music. It brings you back to the rides that you've been riding all day and puts it in a pretty fountain show, which is really nice. So I liked it.
Day number 2 at the Efteling. So yeah, winter stuff, got nice trees and everything else. I love what they've done with this tree over here. You got presents on it. You can definitely tell it's Christmas because there's lots of lights about. And when there's lots of lights, it normally says it's Christmas.
I'm so happy to be here. Even just walking around, it's just lovely. But it definitely feels a lot busier today.
It's a fact that today is going to be much busier. But then again, it will give it more atmosphere and life because yesterday was probably the quietest I've ever seen the Efteling. Not in a bad way, but you know, sometimes if it's got a bit more of a crowd, it gives the place a bit more of a life and atmosphere. And hopefully today we'll still get enough done, but the crowd will just mean it gets a bit more of an atmosphere, which is a good thing. And that's actually, this thing here is actually a very unique piece of theming because we learned yesterday it's actually some kind of sundial, we believe, because it actually rotates depending on the time of day. So at the moment, Pardos is actually facing that way. So if we come back later, he'll probably be facing a different way. Right, so now we're going to head over to what is hopefully going to be Joyce for our first ride of the whole trip because we went there the other day, yesterday, and it was shut all the time. Oh, now that's interesting. I think, if I'm correct, this building behind here is actually Loungeland or something. Like, about a year or so ago, they did another expansion of the accommodation, and then there's more park accommodation down there as well. come Woden. Or maybe it's Joyce. I've just done Joyce, or Joyce in the Drac on the west side. We lost, which is perhaps expected because the last few times we've been losing. But no, very enjoyable despite the freezing cold. I would say that even though it's one of my favourite wooden coasters, I still prefer Woden, but this is definitely second to that. So Lou, you've now done Joyce after going on Woden and Wicker Man. How does it compare now?
It's better than Wicker Man. I'm going to say Woden actually is better than this now. I thought that Joyce was better, but now after riding it, I think Woden is the top.
So we have a very cold and dry Dutchman today. I think it's a new design now where actually you don't have as much water, it just goes and shoots down there and then quickly goes around that corner back into the station. They've taken all the water elements out. Either that or it's closed. So this is Python. Now earlier on this year, they, on a massive project, completely retracted it. So all this track here is brand new track. I don't even think it's Vekoma. Hopefully it's going to open at some point. At the moment it's currently unavailable. Now we're going to go on Spooks Blot, one of the park's earliest major attractions that actually opened. It's like this haunted house. Strange. Right, so we have just come off Spookspot, which is this, basically in a nutshell, it's an animatronic show with a haunted theme, and it goes on for like 10 minutes to dance Macabre, I believe it is. It's by Sons. It was actually one of the first major attractions at the Efteling, which opened in the early mid-70s. I would personally say, if you do it, it's definitely more of a show than a ride. If you go in there thinking it's going to be an animatronic show, then you might come off quite impressed. If you think of it as a ride, you might be less so. But I enjoy it for what it is. It's a nice 10-minute show, and I love the gothic spooky theme. I love spooky attractions, and I think at the Efteling they haven't overdone the spooky theme, whereas there are quite a few parks it's like they need to think to themselves, stop adding spooky themes, add some more upbeat stuff, because horror's good, but not always.
I enjoyed it. It's one of those attractions where the more you do it, the more you appreciate it. You have to bear in mind it was made a long time ago. I'm glad that they've kept it, because I still enjoy going in there.
And the thing is, for an attraction that's probably not far off 50 years old, it has aged very well.
Ay, 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 ay.
Ay, ay, ay.
Oi, 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 oi.
They've also changed the music as well. They're playing like a Christmas overlay of... On this trip, I've not had luck with even surfaces. What is wrong?
On this trip.
Down there. Hello?
En ze werden op slag verliefd. De toverkool die hun liefde ontdekte, werd zo boos dat ze Rapunzel slecht afknipte. Ik zag knabbelt aan mijn neusje. Nee, dat zit niet.
Oh. Oh.
Ekele bezoeker.
Dat kan niet. Dat kan niet waar zijn. Je moet je vergissen. Ah, spirit is God.
Now this is where the new Fairy Tale Forest edition is going to be next year. It'll be the 30th edition to the Fairy Tale Forest. It's going to be in this area here. I think you can actually see it from the car park where they're building it. It's that close to where it is. Pumpkins away, please.
Nee, ik
repelsteeltje heet. Niemand weet dat ik repelsteeltje heet. Wonderen bestaan, maar niet voor dit kind. Een tweede stokje, het vlamt op in haar hand. Een feestmaal verschijnt wanneer hand van goedheid met een liefde te bindt. Ach grootje, lief grootje, ach voer mij toch mee naar de innige warmte van uw hemelse vrede.
Wel ook, ik sta wel stil. Wat verwarrend is het soms. En wij kennen elkaar ook, geloof ik.
Hij draaide voor de spier, maar zag de regen niet. Hoe vertelde kijk. Niets aan. Hij heeft helemaal niets aan. Die kot van kleine trein. Het was één. Maar toen lachte iedereen de keizer uit. Schaam wordt op zijn wangen.
Dat is leuk. Met dit weer zou ik wel een lekkere, dikke winterjas willen. Bij mezelf ben ik de tel kwijtgeraakt. Maar hoeveel jaar ben jij?
It's on a magic carpet.
Absolutely beautiful. And it is just like that.
Right, so we just seen the second show of Aquanaut, which is probably my favourite of the two. Some of the fountains did seem to struggle a little bit, but then again the weather is freezing cold out here. It's like 1 degree out here.
Wind blow that flag. Stop and see smoke showing it. Come on. Look it up.
Day 3 of 3 at the Efteling today, and today's very different because it's a Sunday. Oh, there's snow on the ground as well. Honestly, this is definitely not photoshopped, I can tell you. Efteling honestly has snow on it. And so this is honestly the true winter Efteling we are going to experience today. All the rides probably won't be open, but it is going to be something very interesting today. This is like the most festive I'll probably ever see it. That is real snow.
it's a bit foggy, isn't it?
Vlogging me, vlogging you.
Aha, there is nothing we can do. Vlogging me, vlogging you. Aha.
So now we are on the Efteling Express, which is a train ride that goes around the park. There are 2 stops, one near Half Moon, the other one near Dreamflight and Rebellion. Now I think this train has actually been in the park for quite a long time, probably since the early years in the 1950s. I would take a random guess. Got Python on the side there. And I had a go on it recently. I can say it's running even smoother than it was when I last went on it, even though it wasn't even that rough when I did it previously. Also, interesting thing is that Joyce and Python now have a new bag system where rather than taking your bags on the side, you bring them with you, which is has pros and cons. I do really notice a throughput change on Python though, but you know, as long as the bags are being looked after properly, that's not too bad. You've got a car park over there. So just done Symbolica again. It was very enjoyable. I thought it was really nice. I do love that. It's definitely my favourite dark ride and one of my favourite attractions in this park. It's just so immersive and all the effects and everything. It's just so cool. All these nice things over here. Our trip is going to be coming to an end quite soon, so I just want to take the last bits of it in. Have you enjoyed your winter Efteling, Lou?
Oh yeah, I loved it. So I wasn't expecting snow, and there's been snow today, which has made it even more festive. The rides have been top, you know, fantastic. We've got on pretty much everything. And now we're just going to do a couple of last rides and enjoy the last moments.
So we've just had these really nice potato chip things on a stick. They were very interesting. View of Bob, make most of it whilst it lasts. Now we're going to go and do Panda Dream, which is this 4D show. So hopefully it's going to be interesting. I've seen it before. So after an amazing 3 days at the winter Efteling, our trip has now melted to the end. Yeah, it's been 3 amazing days here. We've had some fun, some laughs, some trips, literally. Done quite a few things on this trip, and my favourite highlight for me is probably got to be the fact when we got here at the start of today and it was snow everywhere. One of my highlights, and going on Joyce 3 times in a row on red without having to leave my seat, which is something I've never done this part before. So that was great. Lou, is there anything you can add from your experience at the winter Efteling this time?
It's so magical. I don't know if I can add anything from this time because it's just as great as it was last time I was here, but all I know is I'll definitely be coming again. This is my #1 park in Europe. The rides, there's just too many that I love here that I can't even name them. Literally, I love this park and I've had such a great time.
And Zoe, is there anything you can add?
So, everyone who's seen anything from myself knows I absolutely adore the Baron. Bit sad I only got 2 on it today, but oh well, there we go. It's just how it happens to go. It's really, really beautiful at winter is Efteling, and they've added loads this year. Every year on year, they just keep making things better, keep adding more. Sad that some of the effects across the park weren't working, but you're going to get that anywhere. But Efteling's maintenance, the staff, you just come here. If you have yet to get to Efteling, please, 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 it's such an amazing park. It's so worth coming.
Right, going to wrap up the vlog now. This is also the last time, most likely, that me and Lou are going to see Bob. We were very lucky to have a final ride on it at night. It was a bit rough on the back, but it's actually the last ride that we both did at the park today. So makes sense, because next time we come here, it will likely be that the new replacement, which is the 2 Mack powered coasters, will be in its place. But until then, farewell, goodbye Efteling, and it's time to head home to the UK. Probably won't be any more theme park stuff now until next year. But the story didn't end there. Moments after wrapping up filming, a notification was received that their flight back home had in fact been cancelled, leaving them at the Efteling forever longer, until they could get a flight back the next day. They've got nice balls on the water. You like those balls, don't you?
I like balls. It's Christmas, of course.
Ball set complete when you do this back.
It's gone. It starts again.
Might look kind of cool though in the video.
White cloud.
Basically, Max has got a bunch of